بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. It's truly a fascinating event. After 1400 years, we still gather here with so much knowledge to give and so much knowledge to perceive, to take. It is truly fascinating. Every single year we learn something new about Imam Hussein. Something always guide us to continue with this life, to continue with more ambitions to make. We need to make more and more, and we need to understand what exactly happened between the people who control Alam al-Malakut, al-Imma salamullah alayhim, and between the people who made Alam al-Taghut. Because Imam Hussein, he was not killed at that moment at Karbala. He was killed only physically. He was martyred physically. But basically what happened, Imam Hussein, it happened before. It happened during a Saqifa. What happened to Imam Hussein and all Imams happened during that time. And then it was reflected later by the event of Karbala. It is not easy to understand or to grasp all these things immediately. Since Shia been under occupation 1400 years with many bad rulers to control us, to say what we can do or what we can't do. But now, alhamdulillah, after all this information, all this gathering of information, we know more now. We know something more about Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. Many people think that this ayah is just about a ring. Many people start thinking this is just a ring. This is the outside. This is what really Imam mean. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He said, الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. The ruku' has specifically very insight meaning. When you go to your salat, I want you to listen to this. This is very important for your salat. When you go to your salat, first you stand up, you say Allahu Akbar, right? You stand up straight, you say Allahu Akbar. This is represent Alam al-Arwah, Alam al-Dhar. When you go to your ruku' for a few seconds. This is represent Alam al-Dunya. You see, this is represent Alam al-Dunya. So the ruku' over here, الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ وَهُمْ رَاكِعُونَ. There are certain people who know all the hudud of salat. Al-Imma salamullah alayhim said, hudud of salat, 4,000 had. Who make 4,000 had before you go to pray? You need to make sure about your wudu, your tahara, the way you pray. What exactly you think about? What do you do? Your heart. What exactly? All these 4,000 rules. Till this moment, if I'm gonna say how many rules we understand, maybe 25 or 30. But an Imam, he do them all. And this event will remind you more about Imam Hussein's ring. During this event, what happened to Imam Hussein's ring? We always listen to the Azza, right? Imam Hussein was on a horse and suddenly he came down and people came in, start stealing from him and so on and so on. Till one guy, he comes and he wanna take his ring. We think this is just a normal event. It's going on because people wanna take stuff. But no, it's not a normal event to take his ring. Because I want to repeat this ayah one more time and I want you to listen to it in a verb tense. I don't want you to listen to it just a hearing. إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He said يقيمون. He didn't say أقاموا. It's not a past tense. It's a what? It is now. It is for the future. So it is not just this ayah for Imam Ali only during that time. It is for more imams to come for the future. الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. It's not just about أقاموا الصلاة. And that's very important. So when Imam Hussein was there, and this person, he want to take his ring, the ring didn't come up because it cannot do it. Imam Hussein did not give it to show that he's wali. So there's something missing here. And I want to show you this something missing. It's big significant for Imam Mahdi, Sahab al-Asr wal-Zaman. Salamullah alayhi. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. This event will take us to where? To Mecca. Because this is the secret where it does lay. Imam Mahdi, when he comes, he will stand next to the Kaaba, right? Because there's a big hidden secret inside that. Allah Azza wa Jal, if you search the Quran now about Mecca, people will say, ulama will say it was mentioned twice only. But in reality, if you look very closely, Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned Mecca 4 times. Mentioned Mecca 4 times. At the first ayah, Allah Azza wa Jal said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Inna awwala baytin wudi'a lil-nas lilladhi bi-Bakkata mubaraka wa hudan lil-alamin. Mubarakan wa hudan lil-alamin. It is very important to understand Arabic. You know, most of us speak Arabic, right? He said, wudi'a lil-nas lilladhi. The word lilladhi, it is something between. Always people thought, oh, Allah Azza wa Jal said about Mecca, Bakka. It's beautiful, you know. Arabic, it's very good, very beautiful. Will give you many meanings for the word. But Allah Azza wa Jal is not here just to impress you. You know, when you open the Quran, you say Alif Lam Mim. You ask someone, what does Alif Lam Mim mean? They will say, oh, Allah here to impress you. Nobody know what Alif Lam Mim except Allah. That if He know it only, why He reveal it then? We know Allah Azza wa Jal is beyond anything. He has all the powers. He has all the secrets that nobody can learn. But why He revealed it in the Quran? Just to waste, to impress us? He already impressing us. Why He's revealing that? For us to learn what does it mean. So when He said, لِلَّذِي بِبَكَّةٍ, this is mean something between and between something else. He's not talking about Mecca here. He's talking about the house that He made for the people. And there's a huge difference between the nas and the bashar inside the Quran. Allah Azza wa Jal in the Quran kept talking about bad things, the nas. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ مَلِكِ النَّاسِ. All the bad things, only He put the nas in it. But if He mentioned the bashar, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ يُوحَى إِلَيَّ أَنَّمَا إِلَهُكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ. When He say bashar, this means someone, either he is a Nabi or a Wali or someone who believes on both. That's very important to understand. There's difference between Bashar in the Quran and Insan. Insan is always madhmoom, always bad. Bashar is always good, always related to the Anbiya or Awliya. So, over here, he said at the end of the ayah, Hudan lil-Alameen. He did not say Hudan lil-Alam. Hudan lil-Alameen. So Bakka here is representing something not just to the human being. It is represent something huge for the Alameen, for the people who are in heavens, for the people who are in different planets maybe, for people who are in different dimensions like jinn or so on. We need to understand the Quran and to grasp it in a deeper way, not just reading it, say, okay, we understand. I'm not gonna say what Bakka is, but always I want to give you a secret. You think about it. Allah Azza wa Jal, when He created language, that's why He revealed the Quran Arabic, by the way. He created the point. Yesterday I explained how the point came. The second thing, He created alif. You know what alif mean? Just a line, one line. The alif in mathematics mean one dimension. We call it in physics singularity. Singularity is when you look at something and there's nothing behind it. This is the alif. The ba is the second dimension. Did you ever take graph in math? Graph is when you put alif, x and y. It is the second dimension created inside you. Second dimension. There's second dimension in language. And tha is the third dimension where you can put anything 3D now. And if we lived in a fourth dimension, we live here in a third dimension. If we ever lived in a fourth dimension, Allah Azza wa Jal will make sure to create a different letter after the ta. But He did not. Because it will not fit our dimension, our understanding, our brain to grasp it. So when Allah Azza wa Jal, He put ba, Bakka, this means He's talking about two dimensions here. He's telling you it is something between here and here. And I will show you where this will be exactly now, after this ayah. The second ayah He mentioned Mecca, where is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, هو الذي كف أيديهم عنكم وأيديكم عنهم ببطن مكة من بعد أن أظفركم عليهم وكان الله بما تعملون بصيرا. Allah Azza wa Jal, He said in English here, and He is who held back their hands for you and your hand from them inside of Mecca. He said button Mecca, inside Mecca. What is button Mecca here? Some people say it's Mecca, inside it. No, the reality, he's not talking about Mecca as city Mecca. He is talking about the inside of Mecca. And this will reflect directly to Al-Medina. I want you to understand when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he traveled between Mecca and Medina, there's something very important he did. After walking and walking, he kept, when he reached Medina, he prayed from different places. He surrounded Medina with 7 mosques. Now if you search the internet, you will see 7 mosques that nobody there lived there. He just went there to that hill or mountain and he prayed. And where the place where he prayed, they built a mosque. What he was doing supporting the field energy around Medina. Because before he go inside Medina, he want everyone to feel comfortable with his presence. That's why when he entered Medina with the camel, people they will start being happy. They want to take the camel to their house. What did he say? No, leave it. Leave the camel. فهي مأمورة, right? مأمورة of what? Of seeing the good energy inside Medina, where the best energy for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to be. And I don't want to go into this field, what is exactly the eyes, inside the eyes of the animals, because this will take us maybe half hour to comprehend. So the bottom Mecca over here is not talking about Mecca, the Zahir Mecca. He's talking about what? He's talking about the Medina. Because this is where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is buried now. Why nobody ever asked why Rasulullah is not buried in Mecca? Why he's buried in Medina? Because of this. Because he knows something gonna happen and he has to be buried there for the point of energy. After that, Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned Mecca be بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكذلك أوحينا إليك قرآنا عربيا لتنذر أم القرى ومن حولها. Allah Azza wa Jal is talking about Mecca again. He mentioned it as this, the mother city and what's surrounding that. I'm gonna leave this for your understanding. After that, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Watteen, this is where it's important. This is where it's important now. We're gonna come to the real back, but I want you to understand what is it Mecca exactly. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Watteen wa zaytun wa turi sinin wa hadha al-balad al-amin. Many people refer this ayah again to Mecca. But why he said at the beginning, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Watteen wa zaytun? What's important about teen wa zaytun? Many people sit down now, they say if you eat 7 zaytun and 1 teen, you'll be healthy for your life, right? You see many people spending too much time saying that Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned teen wa zaytun for your own good biology things. It's good to understand that. But he was mentioning over here when he started talking about the zaytun, the olive, Allah Azza wa Jal, he said what? Zaytunatun la sharqiyatun wa la gharbiyya. يكاد زيتها يضيء لو لم تمسسه نار نور على نور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء. You see, yesterday I explained how Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was a nur, and Allah Azza wa Jal, he looked at that nur in Nazratul Hayba, and that nur was start sweating, and this sweat made the water, and then the nur came inside this water, and suddenly there's a tree came up, and this tree was full of Anbiya. And every Nabi from those Anbiya, he hold a story of the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And I showed you from their names what exactly this is mean. I'm gonna remind few people, for example, Isa is inside his name Yasin. Yunus between the name Yasin. And between inside those names different letters. And every letter means something in the creation. I'm just repeating now very fast. So over here when we said Az-Zaytun is Shajarat al-A'imma salamullah alayhi. From Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Why? Because inside Az-Zaytun there's only one seed of life. This is the beauty of Shajarat al-Zaytun. It is only inside every single piece is one seed of life. Why? It does represent what's so dear inside that turba. Inside turba, bituri sinin. I'll show you where. At-teen is shajarat referred to al-anbiya. Look inside every teen. Look how many things in it, how many seeds in it. Millions and millions of seeds. So when Allah Azza wa Jalla said, At-teen wa zaytun wa turi sinin wa hadha al-balad al-amin. Many people, they think it is Mecca, because Mecca it's Amin. They never make wars there. No, it didn't say wal balad al-amin. He said Amins. If Allah Azza wa Jalla, you want to talk about Shajarat al-Awliya and Shajarat al-Anbiya and al-balad al-amin, where do you think this will be? What country hold the most number of A'imma salamullah alayhim? Which country hold the place where Imam Ali is buried now? Or Karbala or so on, because Karbala is Tur Sinin, like yesterday the Sheikh explained. So from the Quran, I'll show you that all those meanings, Allah Azza wa Jal, it's talking about the graves of Imams. They're not randomly set. Allah Azza wa Jal, He could take Karbala next to Mecca, right? He could create Karbala next to Mecca and save all this headache for us, right? Why He created it in that place? Why He took it from heaven and put it in that place? Because it's important to be there. It is important to be there. Qalb al-Tashayyu' al-Nabid is in Iraq. The heart of Tashayyu' is in Iraq. That's why it's there. That's why it is the center of everywhere in Asia. So Allah Azza wa Jal we continue with this understanding, with the ring of Imam Hussein. Where is it now? The first thing, Imam Mahdi will come, just 1 minute, a few minutes. The first thing, Imam Mahdi, when he comes, after standing next to the Kaaba, and he will ask the 313 to come and so on, and then he will stand up, he will say in a language that everyone will understand. Everyone will understand. There will be no TV or someone's taking picture or so on, but Allah Azza wa Jal, He will send this one to everyone. He will say, ألا يا أهل العالم إن جدي الحسين قتل عطشانا ألا يا أهل العالم إن جدي الحسين سحقوه عدوانا. This is what he will say, Imam al-Mahdi. And we have a stories that after that, the first successor of Imam Mahdi will be Imam Hussein. Why? Because still he did not give his ring to show his wilaya for the people, for us. So the ring was took by cutting his hand. For what? For the sake of Aitam Ali Muhammad, for us who don't understand yet who is Imam Hussein. So listening to that Karbala occasion, when every sheikh you hear it, every word, every imam said it, it means something in Alam al-Malakut. It means something very deep in Alam al-Malakut. Every single word, every single tear, every single thing they did, I want you to think about it. What exactly happened behind that? Why it happened like that? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah wa ala al-arwah allati hallat bifina'ik. Salamu Allahi alaykum minni ma baqitu wa baqiya al-layl wa al-nahar. Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wal-'asri inna al-insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilu as-salihat wa tawasaw bil-haqqi wa tawasaw bis-sabr. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullah.